Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So today I'm here to do a comparison video between the Microsoft Surface Duo and the LG Velvet 5G. I'm going to give you a hint though, only one of these actually has 5G. In fact, the Microsoft Surface Duo doesn't even have band 71 LTE to take advantage of the new 600 megahertz spectrum and the sub-6 5G that T-Mobile and other carriers are offering. So, at face value, you have two folding phones here. Now, they both have a folding screen. It's not a foldable display that bends in half like you get on the Samsung Galaxy Fold or the Z Flip, but these two right here bring a lot to the table. However, one of them does it at $599 for the phone, plus about an extra $200 to get this cool dual screen case, which is what gives it the dual screen functionality. You can just pop the phone right out. And this is actually a really appealing feature because sometimes it's really nice just to use the phone like this because, let's be honest, it's not always convenient to have a phone that you have to hold like this to use, as cool as it is. Now, $599 for this phone, then like an extra $200 to get the case, or unless you can get some other bundle or carrier deal or whatever special that's going on for you and your carrier. But this right here, no way around it, $13.99 for 128 gigabytes of storage. Now, let's look at the similarities here. We've got 5.8 inch 4:3 aspect ratio screens on the Duo. We've got dual 6.8 inch 19:5:9 aspect ratios on the Velvet. So you're looking at two completely different screen setups here because this one is very wide and of course has giant bezels on the top and the bottom. This one effectively has no bezels. But one other thing that you can see that's readily apparent, on the outside, you get the secondary screen on the front that gives you the readout for the time, notifications, all those good things. And you can also do things with it on the when it's closed, like still be able to talk on the phone. You kind of lose the whole speaker connectivity with this one. So they're very similar in function, but I think the execution is the real thing we need to talk about here and what else it brings to the table. So just to get the specs out of the way, Snapdragon 855, you've got 6 gigabytes of RAM, and you've got 128 gigabytes of storage. You can pay extra for the 256. Dual 5.8 inch displays, AMOLED, bright, beautiful, really good looking 1080p modified resolution. Now, it has one 11 megapixel camera. That's on the inside, not on the outside. So if you want to take a picture, you have to have it open, and then you have to flip it around, and then if you want to take a selfie, you take a selfie like this, and then you have to flip it around to the other side so you can take a regular picture. So it's really kind of quirky. Now, it doesn't have dual speaker setup for your sound. It doesn't have IP dust and water resistance. It doesn't have wireless charging. It only has a 3577 milliamp battery. It's really thin though, and it's got a really nice hinged design, and there's very little actual room in between here. Like, you can barely see daylight coming through. It's a really clean looking design. But $1,400. Then you got this guy right here. So we're talking, like I said, $599 for the phone, and then you pay the extra price for the dual screen, and then you've got 6 gigabytes of RAM as well, but you've got the Snapdragon 765G, which is a 5 gigahertz processor. It's actually really capable, very fast. 128 gigabytes of internal storage. It has expandable storage up to 2 terabytes. The Duo, no expandable storage, bro. Sorry to break it to you. But this has wireless charging. It has IP68 dust and water resistance. It has a built-in fingerprint sensor underneath the screen, which is nice. The Duo, it has it over here on the side along with the volume rocker. So what you're getting spec-wise over here is basically very identical to what's over here, except it's kind of newer over here. But wait, there's more. Look at this on the back. So 3 cameras on the back of this one, which work really well, and then ta-da, you've still got a camera on the front. If you're looking at this from a consumer point of view and not a business point of view, this right here is basically a dead ringer for a better phone. I mean, there's so much about this phone that's more complete. When you look at the Surface Duo, it's not really so much a phone. Even in my 72-hour review, in my other videos, I call it a device because this falls somewhere squarely between a phone and a tablet. Like, it gives you functionality of both, but it's not really both. And it's kind of a laptop replacement, but it's kind of not. But it is really nice for multitasking and it works properly. Also, the operating system is kind of buggy on here. Microsoft still hasn't quite got everything worked out, even though some of the apps have gotten a little bit better since it came out. Now, over here on the Velvet, it's a beautiful phone. The dual features with the screen is not as exciting as you think it would be, but it works really well, and both of them have this cool feature where you can double up icons, where you can open up two apps at the same time, so you can just press one, open up Twitter and Chrome at the same time, or you can set it for whatever else you want. And the other nice thing is what's cool about these dual screen phones is both screens function independently of each other, so you can have one app active and working on one side and one app active and working on the other side. So that's cool, but is there really enough here to justify about the extra $700 price tag? I really don't think so. I do enjoy it, and it's nice being able to have the dual screens, but I don't know that it's necessarily worth the extra, basically like $700 for this. It's great that you have the Microsoft Office and stuff built into this. It's great being able to just click a button down at the bottom for Exchange to get access to the different Office stuff. I mean, of course, you can download these apps on Android already, so that's kind of one of the confusing things, because Microsoft built this from the ground up, wrapped around that, working with Android versus just being able to download them. And the funny thing is the execution actually kind of works almost as well over here, just other than the fact that it's not an identical experience. But overall, they are both good phones. I think that the hardware is good. I think that they're made really well, but they're really kind of designed towards two different consumer markets. See, this right here is more marketed towards, I think, the enterprise and professional world, which I don't think anybody really has a question about. I mean, that's really how it was marketed. So I don't expect to see a whole bunch of these out in the wild, versus this right here is more of a novelty. It's great for consumers, it's good for mass marketing, and it's much less expensive. I mean, this right here, if you saw this in the store with two screens, you walk in, hey, that looks kind of nice. And it's got 5G, and it's got pretty current specs. Yeah, that's not a bad deal for about $799. But if you walk in and you see this, I mean, other than the Microsoft logo and the presentation being really nice, once you start to use it, you're like, okay, this isn't really $1,400 worth of a phone. But this right here, of course, you get the dual functionality. This hinge right here is huge. And of course, also, it's not completely flat like the Velvet. Definitely, there was a lot of time and money and engineering put into making the Duo, and I appreciate that, and I enjoy it. But if I were to sit here and recommend one of these to you guys out there in the audience, unless you're just really feel like you need this for work, or this is like the missing piece in your life, or if you were considering one of these guys, I would probably steer you towards the Velvet. I'm still not completely sold on the two-screen idea. It is nice, but it's not as functional or as enjoyable as having, let's say, the Samsung Galaxy Fold, where you get the smaller phone screen on the outside and then you open it up and it's kind of like having a portable tablet. That's really cool. I enjoy that a bit more than I do this. But these two, if you don't want to spend $2,000, are great alternatives. Especially this one right here, which is a much cheaper alternative. So if you're looking to get something in the dual screen world, and you're not just, don't just have $1,500 in your pocket to go buy something with a Microsoft label that's going to be a little bit more ergonomic and a little bit more enjoyable if you're using it from a dual screen perspective, this guy right here, if you were looking at one, it's probably going to bring you more bang for your buck, and you're probably going to enjoy it more. And you're going to enjoy having the extra $700 in your wallet. But if you want one of these, sure, go for it. Really, the difference between these two phones, though, is kind of night and day from a day-to-day user experience. Like, if you will realize it as soon as you get the phone. Like, you take it out and you try and type on it. You take it out, you try and answer a phone call. You take it out, you try and take pictures. You take it out and you try and listen to music. One of them doesn't work out so well, and the other one is like built from the ground up for this stuff. And I especially like the fact, again, like I said, you can take the phone out of the case. It's really nice like that, because sometimes I don't always want a dual screen phone to carry around. So this gives you the convertible factor. This gives you, I'm always stuck with the dual screen phone factor. And yeah, they're both nice. I like what both companies were shooting for with these phones, but if you like to take pictures, go with the Velvet. If you like to shoot video, go with the Velvet. If you like multimedia, go with the Velvet. If you like to listen to music, go with the Velvet. If you like 5G, go with the Velvet. If you like ergonomics, if you like the wide 4:3 aspect ratio screen and the better experience for reading Kindle books, and better productivity for have access to all the built-in Microsoft stuff, go here. So if you really like Microsoft stuff and work, if you like everything else about a phone, there you go. That's pretty much the biggest distinction and the best distinction that I can make for these two devices. But overall, that's really my comparison video between the two phones. The I just wanted to cover the highlights, cover the bases on them, and just kind of talk about who these phones are designed for and the money that's in there and really the differences that you're getting. Yes, I do enjoy the Duo. I'm probably going to keep the Duo because I do enjoy using it. But if I were not a tech reviewer and I didn't just like having all these latest and greatest phones, this guy right here would be something that I would recommend to people over this. There's very, very narrow window of people I would recommend this for. So that's all I've got on my comparison video between the LG Velvet and the Microsoft Surface Duo. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has given you some decent information. If you're looking to buy one of these, if you've got questions or comments, of course, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section and I'll get back with you. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.